Okay, hi everyone. Chris and I met in Zuccotti Park in the fall of 2011 as Occupy Wall Street was unfolding. And in that moment, I told him that I taught at Chatham High School in Chatham, New Jersey. And Chatham is an upper crust, predominantly conservative Wall Street bedroom community. Chris knew Chatham and some of the more stifling aspects of the social and cultural dynamics within this community. And immediately he recited to me lines that he has memorized from the poem September 1st, 1939 by W.H. Auden. And the lines are, "Faces along the bar cling to their average day. The lights must never go out. The music must always play. All the conventions conspire to make this fort assume the furniture of home, lest we should see where we are, lost in a haunted wood, children afraid of the night, who have never been happy or good." Chris agreed to come to the school and do a presentation for our philosophy club. And he spoke to the students very kindly and gently, but he also was very truthful, and he didn't conceal his critique of the pathologies of our civilization. In that time, several of my colleagues and I had been fighting to keep explicitly ideologically challenging materials and texts on the curriculum, and we would often show our students the film The Examined Life by Astra Taylor. And in the film, one of Chris's very good friends, Cornel West, describes why we should challenge the notion that America was ever the paradisial city on the hill. And his exact quote from the film is, "America's a romantic project, but also a fragile democratic experiment predicated on the dispossession of the lands of indigenous peoples, the enslavement of African peoples, the subjugation of women, and the marginalization of gays and lesbians. That has great potential, but this notion that we had it all or that we ever will have it all, it's got to go." What's strange about our time is that in the face of incipient fascist tendencies, any romantic notions are falling away, whether we want them to or not. There's no going back from what we have known and what we have seen. We can't turn away from the danger that the decline of the American empire poses to us and to the rest of the world. But I guess in terms of my own personal quest for meaning, I always come back to the question of where love comes into the picture. The Vietnamese monk Thich Nhat Hanh has an easy test for the presence of true love in relationships. He invites people to examine any interaction or relationship and ask 4 questions. Does this dynamic have loving kindness? Is there equanimity between us? Do we feel compassion for each other? How do we give each other joy? Perhaps the gift of Chris naming the forces that are consuming our love and humanity, especially right now, and inflicting psychic, physical, emotional, and sexual assaults on our bodies and minds is that we can scramble to find love in the midst of the chaos of this empire decline. He names our condition, and from the umbrella of darkness, perhaps we can ask who's keeping the light on and who's bringing us joy. How can we bring joy to the table under the darkness? Who's treating people compassionately? Who, in eagle-eyed, truthful vision of other people's flaws, still doles out love? And who still finds ways to be of service? We don't have much time, and maybe we need a ritual. In a song about end times, my favorite musician and muse, Joanna Newsom, people have to hear me talk about all the time, she crafts a ritual. She suggests in the song, these are her lyrics and the recipe for her ritual for love. "Stand here and name the ones you loved beneath the drifting ashes, and in the naming rise above time as it flashing passes. Let's, as a ritual tonight, right now, listen to Chris together, and then name who and what we love, and vow to fight for who and what we love together." Thank you.
Thank you.